Hi, I'm George, the Weather Dad, and we're going to take a look at your upcoming weekend and a little bit into next week and a little bit of a bonus. Take a sneak preview at Mother's Day. And Mother's Day is still a week and a half away, so a lot could change. Right now, though, it's going to be a little bit wet right now, the way it looks. But we'll talk more about that here in just a second. But first, let's talk about your Friday. Not too bad, temperature-wise, going to be somewhat warm. Remember now, normal high temperatures are about 70 degrees for the afternoon high and near 50 for the nighttime lows. Yellow reflects normal temperatures, so you can see here it's going to be fairly warm across, at least above normal, throughout the Midwest and certainly along the southeast. But also notice some colder air up in the Great Lakes. Look what happens here on Saturday. It starts diving southward. We're seeing a lot of yellow now across the Ohio Valley, and that's going to be mainly reflecting because there's going to be a lot bit of rain and a lot of cloud cover around as well, and that's going to keep temperatures down a little bit. And that frontal system itself will stretch down towards the southeast, giving some much needed rain down in this area as well. Notice though, a nice little warm up there off towards the west, and that is going to be moving towards the east and give us a little bit of a warmer week for next week. As far as Sunday is concerned, notice this green now, a little bit below normal. So, but remember, normal low highs are right around 70 degrees. So we're going to look at temperatures probably highs in the 60s with lows down into the 40s. So we know we talked about putting your plants in the garden. What's kind of nice about this is, again, we're seeing some higher normal temperatures. So when they do drop, I don't think we're going to see temperatures down into the 30s where we could be looking some frost. Plus, there's another factor involved, and I'll be talking about that here, especially on Sunday. Fairly warm across the south, but notice this nice warm up there off towards the west. Now let's jump right to next Wednesday, and that's May 7th. Notice that warmer air working its way right on into the Midwest, so it's going to be nice. But notice this large area of yellow. That's going to be the next system that's really going to produce some rain. And it looks like we're really kind of in a very active weather pattern. So we're going to be seeing quite a bit of rain over the next couple of weeks as well. Now let's jump right to Mother's Day. Mother's Day now is May 11th. Looks like temperatures are going to be somewhat on the warm side, but once again we see spotches of yellow, and that's where we're going to have a lot of cloud cover as well as quite a bit of rain around the area. Precipitation here on Friday, not too bad right here in the Ohio Valley. There will be a couple of showers around, but notice this area of undisturbed weather off towards the southwest. We're right in here in the battle zone. Those frontal systems are kind of sitting in place, bouncing back and forth, and that's going to continue to give us some showers as well as some thunderstorms. By Friday, it's going to be fairly active because things are going to move out a little bit, but we could be looking at a little bit of severe weather right here in the Ohio Valley, stretching down towards the Tennessee Valley and also down along the Gulf Coast, drying off towards the west as we head on into the Plain States. And that's also where we saw that nice little warm up, remember? By Sunday, still a little bit on the wet side. Now here's, I think, is the positive news as far as that cold air is concerned. Remember, we need to drop into the 30s to get that frost to hurt the plants that we've already put in the garden. But notice here we're going to see some showers around, which means the ground is going to be somewhat on the warm side, but we're also going to see a nice little cloud cover. So if we had clear skies, the air would cool quickly. But with clouds around, I think we're going to be in pretty good shape because that cold air will swing quickly off towards the east. So I think we're going to be in pretty good shape as far as our plants are concerned. But the showers will still be around right here in the Midwest as far as we head on into Sunday. Now let's take a look at next Wednesday. Not too bad. Looks like it's going to be fairly warm with temperatures at least in the 70s, maybe even 80s, but there could be a patch of some severe weather down along the Gulf Coast. This is for midweek. This is May 7th. Now let's jump right to Mother's Day to give you a little bit of a quick look. Now remember, we're still over a week and a half out, so right now it looks rather unsettled, rather wet for Mother's Day at this point, but let's give it some time. This could certainly change. Again, we're way out to look at it, and this time of year, again, remember, spring is a transitional season, so it fluctuates quite a bit. But the sneak shot for Mother's Day looks like it's going to be fairly warm, but it might be a little bit on the wet side as well. So make sure you keep your rain gear handy over the next couple of days. I'm George, the Weather Dad.